Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of Cold Waters, where we continue our Soviet 1968 campaign. Now, our task is still to intercept this convoy. They are sailing towards the southwest of England, and I will try to catch them before they dock and unload all their cargo. But that might actually be very difficult. I do not have much time at all. I'm not certain if I can make it in time, if that is indeed possible. And something's happened. Oh no. Oh no. This is very bad. So, we have a new sonar contact, bearing 268, designated Sierra 1. There's no surface duct, no thermal layer. We are going at a speed of 20 knots. So, all in all, very bad. Let's see what happens. Sierra 1, off to our left side here. Slow down a little bit. And go active immediately. Because whatever is here in the area definitely has hurt us by now. Slow down. Turn in towards this trawler. I don't want to lose Sierra 2 in my baffles, whatever it is. Freighter, so we have Sierra 3 and Sierra 4 here in front of us. Now, some of you might think, wait, why are you not going to silent running? Why are you not trying to be silent? It's no use. We have steamed in here with a speed of 20 knots. Everybody in the area knows that we are here. So we might as well use the opportunity, activate our sonar, and at least figure out where our enemies are and what they are. I suspect there will be submarines. Conditions are fine, even favorable. Well, not really. Okay, we have a sturgeon ahead of us. Yes, submarines indeed. And the dreadnought. Alright. Let's try to figure this out. And let's change our course. How fast is the trawler going? Can I use the trawler to my advantage? Actually, that might actually be possible. Come up to 30 meters. No, make it 46. There's a Sierra 5 in the area as well, but I don't think that is another enemy. The dreadnought is still pinging, but even with active sonar he can't pick us up at this distance. And we might use the trawler to set up something like an ambush, maybe. We'll see. So Sierra 5 has almost been identified. Once again, it's a trawler, okay. Once again, for those of you who wonder, why are you not using the signature panel here to identify the targets? I believe it's making the whole thing a bit too easy. It's a little bit gamey. It's to be honest, it's really just there to give the player something to do. But I'll let my crew do this, which forces me to be patient, to get my submarine into a favorable position and to think ahead. And isn't that why we play games like this? To be challenged. Closing in with the trawler. I might be able to use the trawler basically to hide from the dreadnought. If that works, then we can try to do some nasty things to it. How deep is the dreadnought? It's okay, it's also pretty shallow. That's not good. Would it be more beneficial to go deep is the question. Or do I stay up here? That is a very good question. I mean, the sea is deep enough here. I could go down to 300 meters, or almost 300 meters. But will that influence the dreadnought's ability to hear me at all? Actually, I don't think so. I think being up here, where the trawler is, might still be my best bet. To maybe keep him between me and the dreadnought. Can we come up to 30 meters without cavitating? Let's test it. Let's test that. Now, if we can manage that, then that's great. That will help us to close in on the trawler and to keep his noise signature between us and the dreadnought. Okay, the dreadnought will soon have me on passive sonar. And I'm starting to cavitate, something that I didn't want to do. Okay, we are no longer cavitating, but I'm pretty sure they heard that. Alright, they are going at a speed of 12 knots, so they're going faster than I am. But while they are doing that, they are also producing a lot of noise. Let's use some time compression here. See what we can pull off here. Now we have closed the distance to 7 kilometers by now. And how far away is the trawler from us? 2.1 kilometers. And it's almost between us and the dreadnought. This is coming together quite nicely. We're achieving exactly what I wanted to achieve right now. Okay, come parallel with the trawler. That will, however, make it easier for the dreadnought to detect us on the active sonar. Yeah, and he is pinging. So he will have a pretty good idea of our position right now. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he is pinging. This is actually not helping as much as I hoped it would. Steer in towards the trawler, reduce our profile. In fact, let's go more or less straight for the enemy submarine now. Okay, he can picked me up on the active sonar pretty well. I guess that means it's time to start shooting torps. Although, what is the dreadnought armed with? Mark 20. Oh, it's loud. Passive acoustic homing torpedo. Okay. Speed 25 knots. Not great, not terrible. And Mark 8 torpedoes. 41 knots. Oh, that's a straight runner. Yeah, okay. So he can use the Mark 20S torpedoes against us. Once activated, it is going at 25 knots, so theoretically I can outrun his torpedoes. And their max depth is 200 meters, so that means I can even dive below them. That basically means he can't do anything against me. Okay, in that case, let's just keep closing the distance until I'm in a position to fire. Now that we have left the trawler behind, it's time to go a little bit deeper. I could even go very deep. I could do that. And then pop up behind him, basically. Because as long as I'm down there, his torpedoes actually can't reach me. So, let's try that. Why not? Let's be aggressive. Okay, he's launching. He knows where we are. Let's go. Detonation ahead. There was a detonation ahead. Did he run into his own torpedo? Oh yeah, he had a torpedo malfunction. He's damaged. Works for me. Okay, I've stopped cavitating. And we are continuing to go deep. Now I am, of course, making a lot of noise. However... Okay, now that I've reached the desired depth, I will slow down again. And we will try to get behind the dreadnought. He's launching another torpedo. Now this will be interesting. Will the torpedo be able to do anything? This one left the tube okay. No problems this time. But look how slow that thing is at only 20 knots. I say only 20 knots. I mean, those of you who might have watched some Silent Hunter gameplay from me know that 20 knots would be a miraculous speed for a World War II submarine. The advancements in submarine technology from World War II until the late 1960s here, they're incredible. Okay, the sturgeon is pinging, and I've picked it up on my hydrophones because of that. What is the sturgeon armed with? He has Mark 37 torpedoes, so they can go 26 knots. But they are not great. I'm not afraid of the sturgeon at all. They are wire guided though. So, you can't completely discount them. By the way, what is their depth? Maximum depth 300 meters. So, they can reach me. There was another detonation. Did you... Oh my god, what are you doing? Okay, the dreadnought absolutely has some problems when it's launching torpedoes. It had 2 misfires. And now it's flooding. It has blown ballast and it's racing for the surface. But it has fired another torpedo. Because priorities. But I think I'm fine. Let's use some time compression. See what happens. Yeah, a torpedo is activated, but no luck there. It's not deep enough. Okay, to finish off the dreadnought, I will simply use a 400mm torpedo. It should be more than enough to finish off that crippled submarine. My guess is that the top speed will be severely reduced now that it has to run on the surface. Okay. Let's get into a really nice position from where we can fire. Use some more time compression. Okay, the dreadnought is now above us. So let's go. Increase our speed. Not too much, just enough. Right rudder, come up on the ballast, and I'll pop up just behind the dreadnought. That's the plan. And there isn't anything that he's gonna be able to do. Although he could be launching another torpedo. Never mind! Something is wrong with the dreadnought apparently. He just sunk himself. However, I have to admit, he managed to execute the turn faster than I did. Look at that, he was actually on my tail right now. Which is impressive enough. Okay. Sturgeon, what do I do? Do I again try to use the trawler to get into a position where the sturgeon doesn't expect me? Let's do that. Okay, use some time compression here. And let's play some hide and seek with the sturgeon. Now, of course, he is hearing me right now. He has no problem hearing me. For now. Because I'm about, or I'll try to do something quite amazing to him. I'll try to get into a position where he doesn't expect me, and I will try to first open up the distance a little bit. He's going very slow at only 3 knots, so that will be easy. And then I'll try to come around from the north. Let's play some hide and seek here. He can still hear me at 15 knots, however I have to close the distance to the trawler, so might as well go 20 knots. In all honesty, I don't even have to fight the sturgeon, I could just leave the area. But now that he's here, and now that we're in a fight, I'm gonna sink that thing. Okay, I am catching up to the trawler. And he will start to lose me. his ability to track me is decreasing constantly. And now that I have the troll line between me and him, you can see that his ability to track me has dropped significantly. So let's use that. He has just gone silent because he can't track me anymore, and he is trying to avoid giving away his own position. But let's see what we can do. So this will take some time. So I'm gonna make a cut here, and I'll come back once anything interesting happens, or once I'm in a position to start playing hide and seek with him. See you in a bit. Hey, and welcome back to this very interesting cat and mouse play here. So I've gone around and come back to this position down here. And the sturgeon has become a little bit, let's say, impatient. He has cavitated briefly, which helped me to pinpoint the direction he's in, and now he started to ping. Possibly because he figured, well, I've cavitated, now I need to make sure that nobody's near me. But for now, things are looking very good for me. I know approximately where he is, but he doesn't know where I am. He has no idea. I'm getting a pretty good idea of his position. Now I can continue to try and get into his baffles. That's the ultimate goal. So he is actually 10.4 kilometers away from me. It took me quite a long time to get back down here, and he has used this time to go this way and has now turned back around. Fine by me though. Actually, I can increase my speed a little bit. And we will go on a nice intercept course. Like so. He is at about 19 meters, while I'm very deep. That is, in fact, helping me, I think. So yeah, let's see if we can get into his baffles and set up a really nice attack here. We know that he's the only submarine remaining in the area. And he's booking it at 12 knots. He's making a lot of noise. He has no idea where I am, and I guess he's trying to find me. That might not work out too well for him though. I think I will slow down a little bit. I'm starting to get too close here. And I don't want him picking us up on his active sonar. So yeah, let's slow down, let's open up the distance a little bit. Just make sure that we keep our bows pointed at him. That way he has the smallest profile to shoot at. Not to shoot at, to bounce off the sonar signal back from. So this is going well so far. He still has no clue, which is exactly what I want. Okay. He's going towards the wreck of the dreadnought. Maybe the wreck of the dreadnought is still making a lot of noise in the water. That's very possible. But so far this is going well. This is going very well. Okay. Now that I know where the sturgeon is, I have to get into its baffles. Then I can try to catch up. And then we can go ahead and take it out. Now, until I'm able to do so, I will actually make another cut to spare you guys the chase, because I guess that will take some time. So, see you soon. Welcome back. So the sturgeon is now only 2.5 kilometers away from us, directly ahead. He's still going at 12 knots, merrily pinging away while trying to leave the area. My guess is he thinks that I did continue north and I'm basically out of the area, I'm gone. And he is trying to retreat. But we are behind him and we are closing in. It's not gonna take long until we are in a perfect position to fire torpedoes. Let me close in a little bit more to about 1 kilometer and then we'll pop up behind him. He's at a depth of about 90 meters. So let's close in a little bit more. That's where we are going now. 91 meters. Let's go. I can't see him yet. He has to be somewhere right in front of me though. And I gotta be a little bit careful that I do not start to cavitate here. So let's start to slow down. Almost in position. Where is he? There he is, I can see a shadow ahead. That's him. That is the enemy. Okay, I will fire this torpedo and I will fire this torpedo. Both passive homing. Let's see if that helps to avoid detection by him. 700 meters. Let's close into 500, then we will fire. And after we have fired our torpedoes, we are going deep immediately. No hesitation. Okay, a little bit more time compression. Closing into 500. There he is. Oh boy, yeah, that's alright. We can use this. Okay. First torpedo. I very much like it if the map is doing stupid things. Okay. Doesn't matter, it will just have to work like this. And first torpedo out. Second torpedo out. Let's go deep. He's turning, he is fired. However, he has fired a deep running torpedo apparently. Yeah, he has fired both torpedoes to go deep. In that case, let's stay up here. Both of my torpedoes have acquired, although there's a countermeasure in the area. Okay. Let's turn away for the moment. And now let's go deep, before my own torpedoes acquire me. My own torpedo has acquired me. You know, That is a little bit frustrating about this game. You set up such a nice attack. Really, really well done. And then there's this hard-coded AI behavior that they basically detect the torpedo as soon as it's closing into half a kilometer or a kilometer behind them, something like that. And it's so frustrating, because it's making it impossible to do cool stuff like this. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Usually, we would have fired this torpedo. We had them set up for passive homing, which means there's no way that the sturgeon should have heard them coming. Absolutely no way. But because of the hard-coded AI behavior, this happens. And now I have to be careful that my own torpedoes do not acquire me, while the sturgeon has made a clean escape from them. And now I have to get into a fight with the sturgeon and waste even more torpedoes, which I absolutely didn't want to do. I guess you can tell that it's making me a little bit frustrated. But yeah, what can you do? Okay, I'm staying in his baffles though. He is at about the same depth. And I'll just try to do it again. But this time with active seeker heads, because it's making literally no difference. I thought, come on, try it. Maybe the epic mod has changed something in regards to this. But no, it didn't, and I don't think they can. I think this behavior is really hard-coded. So it can't be changed. Thank you, Killerfish Games. There he is, right in front of me. Okay, slow down. There he is. Now look at this. It can't get any more perfect than this, right? Okay, I've slowed down. And the torpedo is out of the tube. Second torpedo. Out of the tube. Turn away and let's go. Torpedo has acquired. One hit. Second torpedo has acquired. And he will be slowing down enough for this torpedo to catch him. One noisemaker, and he is fired. He's firing more torpedoes, which is interesting. Where is he shooting them? Just to the side. So they are not really a danger to me. No, not at all. He still has my torpedo behind him, and he's not outrunning that thing. Not with the damage he has sustained. But now he's in my baffles. Let's continue the turn. Did he manage to... No, there we go. Detonation. He's sinking. So we did it. I needed 2 more torpedoes than I would have liked. And now I am down to 4 torpedoes that I can use against enemy submarines. Not great, but not terrible. Okay. For now I will have to wait for the enemy torpedoes to go away. And then I will be able to leave the area. They should be detonating soon. Maybe I can leave already? No. It's still classified as weapons nearby. So 2 enemy submarines sunk. One by, let's call it an accident, the dreadnought. And one by me. But really the sturgeon should have gone down after the first 2 torpedoes. I won't try to do that anymore, to creep up behind an enemy submarine and then fire passive homing torpedoes. It's just not working. And this is actually a problem in the Soviet campaign here, because of course your torpedoes are not wire guided. But it's even more of a problem if you play the NATO 1968 campaign with an American submarine, because those super slow American torpedoes are absolutely terrible. Yes, they do have a wire, but that's no use if you can't sneak them in behind the enemy. It's not working. And it's really bad. It's really making things much more difficult than it would need to be. Alright, leave combat. So, 1 dreadnought and 1 sturgeon sunk. Some experience gained. Great job. And we are to continue the mission. I'm still not sure if I will make this in time. Actually, I don't think I will. But that will be a topic for next week, when we will see if taking this risk, fighting these submarines, going this fast, trying to catch this convoy, is actually worth it, or if it's all for nothing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, well, consider leaving a like, maybe, if you're feeling nice. And make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, because you do not want to miss a new project that I'm working on. Trust me, it will be nice. So, see you soon and goodbye.